Hey, Fred. Powwow guy Rob Phoenix here with the Powwow Weekly Update from Sunday, May 7th through Saturday, May 13th. Somebody pointed out that last week I had the dates wrong. I said Saturday, May 5th. Uh, it's okay. I meant Saturday, May 6th. So this week coming up in South Central Pennsylvania, weather-wise, is going to be a little mixed. It's going to be a little stormy, a little rainy, but warmer than last week was. As you can see right now, it's fantastic outside. Last week, Bill and I finished planting everything. We made sure it was all planted and finished the day before the full moon, which was Friday. And now, of course, we're in the waning moon. So the waning moon is a good time for weeding or planting those below ground crops. And the further you get away from the full moon, the deeper I don't know how to say this. The crops that grow deeper in the ground are better for planting. I'm saying it all wrong and I'm just fumbling over my words. Hopefully you got something out of that. Astrologically, the moon is going through the signs of the lower parts of our body. It's going through Capricorn, Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Aquarius, which rules like the thighs, the knees, and the shins. So the three main parts of our legs. So that's the lower parts of our body. Waning moon. So take extra caution for the lower parts of your body this coming week, whatever that means. Whether through exercise, stretching, and such. It kind of works out because I was at the doctor's the other day, and I've been having this reoccurring issue with my left knee for about 10 years now, where I just gives me a lot of pain while I'm sleeping. It's weird. But it's arthritis and whatever else. So the doctor gave me some stretching exercises to do. So I got to get on that. It's a good week to do that. Um, what else? What else? Oh, I've been watching the show called The Chosen. It's free. There's this I forget what it's called, like Angel TV or something. Um, Christian movies and TV shows often tend to be kind of hokey. What comes to mind is that movie, The Shack. I know a lot of people really love that. I didn't really care for that. I thought it was kind of hokey. Um, they tend to make things like too feel good, too like be positive, ignore the negative, blah blah blah. I don't really care for that. However, The Chosen is done really well. It's more like it more focuses on the people that Jesus chooses to follow him and be, part of his ministry. So it's very well done. The acting is incredible. The casting is amazing. It's more like authentic to what Jesus and his people would have looked like. And they're not speaking with British accents. It's not a cast full of white American people. It's perfect cast, it's perfect acting, and what I do like about it is that it's very real. They take all the stories from the New Testament and they flesh them out to what they really would have been like. They give more details to what these events probably were really like. I mean, the Bible gives very few details, so this really kind of fleshes it out. It gives people the backstory and such. So I really like that. And what's interesting though is the way they speak to each other is almost more very modern. They kind of say funny things to each other, or they might use I don't know, commentary that we would say in this. I can't think of an example. Well, there's this one interaction between, I think, Peter and John, and Peter says something about this thing that's going on, and John said, well, sounds like a personal problem. It's very modern. But it adds like just a little bit of humor without it being a comedy. It makes it more real, and I really like that. I like even Jesus has kind of a sense of humor, and I don't know. I recommend it. There are 3 seasons. It's done very well. They're working on the fourth season now, I believe. Um, so yeah. Anyway, sorry to go off on The Chosen, but it's done really well, and it's not like hokey or silly or feel good or whatever. Or forced positivity. I don't care for all that. So anyway, this week I hope you can get outside. Mother's Day is coming up, which means at least here that we're completely out of the danger zone for frost. But most people kind of ignore that now. That the whole neighborhood is people are having their landscaping done, or they're cutting grass, or they're fixing their gardens up or whatever. So it's really nice. This is such a nice time of year. Everything is so lush and green and beautiful. And Josani and I might set up the tent and sleep outside tonight. I mean, it's supposed to get a little bit cool, but it's the fun of it, it's freezing to death. So anyway, welcome to the weekly update. Hope you're all having a good week so far, and let's see what's next. Now that it's nice out, I think well, it's obvious I spend more time outside when it's summertime like this, spring, summer, whatever. During the colder months, my work is mostly done indoors. So if someone comes here for some kind of powwowing or healing or whatever, a card reading or just a remedy or just to talk, a lot of times we're hanging out in the kitchen or the dining room. But if you're going to see clients in your home, it is nice if you're blessed enough to have an outdoor space. It is nice to have that as an option. Like I'm sitting on one of the patios now. We have another patio out behind me. There's a fish pond out there, some chairs. It's nice. Um, so we have a couple of outdoor options for people, and that's where I really prefer to do my work for people, because we're outside. Um, so people can relax a little more. They're not going into the house with the dogs. They're not in a strange environment, um, or distracted by what's going on in the house. So I think that's important to have, at least if nothing else. When you practice a religious based tradition like powwowing, I mean, just listen to that. Just the sounds of nature. Just to have a place where you can, get away, connect with God, think your own thoughts, but then also welcome strangers or friends or whatever to enjoy that with you, to offer them some healing. Um, and they go home and they feel better for having visited you. Um, so I think what I'm trying to say is that if you are blessed with having some outdoor space, it could be a porch, you know. It doesn't need to be all this. It could just be a porch or just a little square of grass or something. But you can make that kind of like your little outdoor, almost like a sanctuary. It's where you can connect with God. It's where you can make others feel welcome, feel peace. Um, and it's just really nice to have that. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I hope you can get outside. I hope you can understand that. Even though powwow is old timey and such, like I always say, it's not limited to in the kitchen. I know most of my videos are me in my kitchen. And I do spend a lot of time in there, but it's powwow isn't just set aside for one specific time of day or one specific room in your house or whatever. It's everywhere. It's wherever you are. You are that powwow and you're carrying that tradition with you. But if you are blessed enough to have an outdoor space, I hope you can enjoy it like I enjoy mine. And I hope if you come to me, you feel welcome and you can enjoy the peace and the beauty that is here. Um, so anyway, that's all I wanted to say about that. Let's see what's next. Hey guys. So this week I want to give you a recipe I found for making um a homemade like healthy shampoo. So I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna make it. Then I'm gonna wash my hair. Now my hair is pretty short. Uh, but this is supposed to be very good for your hair. It's more of a hair rinse, but we're going to try this together. I'm going to make it, and then I'm going to wash my hair with it, and then I'll come back and tell you how it is. So it needs, now this was all like teaspoons and such, just like a half a teaspoon of olive oil, um, 1 egg. So you know this is going to be really kind of messy. So just get rid of that eggshell. A drop or two of lemon juice. I don't have any lemons, but I have this, so I'll just pour a little bit of that in there. I don't know. And then like half a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. I just have this big thing. I'm just going to pour a splash in there. Just so you know, I hate vinegar. Yeah, a little splash. I know, being Pennsylvania Dutch, and I don't like vinegar. It's weird. So I'm just going to mix all that together. So it's a little bit of olive oil, 1 egg, splash of lemon juice, and a splash of apple cider vinegar. I'm going to mix it all up. I'm going to pause this. I'm going to wash my hair with it, and then I'm going to let you know how it works. Okay, so I'm back. I just washed my hair with it. I have to tell you, do not like that vinegar smell, but maybe I could have used a little bit less. But as I was working it in, like it didn't lather up like soap does or shampoo, but I don't know if you can tell, but my hair feels super soft right now. Actually, somehow it even feels thicker than it was. Look at that. I got crazy hair. But anyway, so I would say if your hair is feeling especially dry or like you want it to be shiny or healthier, then you might want to do that. Uh, so my review is that it kind of worked really well. I mean, my hair feels very healthy. My scalp feels healthy. I kind of worked it in there because I tend to get like dry, itchy scalp. But yeah, okay, I'm satisfied with that. That's can't get past that vinegar smell though. But I got to say that my scalp feels really good and my hair feels really super soft. So I did it here in the kitchen sink. So I made like this big mess as I poured it onto my head. It kind of like it went down the front of the cabinet and all over the place. So just be more careful than I was. I probably should have taken this shirt off. But anyway, so that's it. So homemade hair rinse, a little bit of olive oil, 1 egg, splash of lemon juice, a very small splash of apple cider vinegar, unless you're okay with it. But it's all really good for your scalp. Like that felt really, it just feels really good now. So I think that's a keeper. Try it out. Let me know if it works for you. So one thing I do want to say before we wrap this weekly update um, is that there are some people that I'm talking to about powwowing and about getting started with powwowing. And some people say they feel nervous about it or they don't feel confident enough to start trying for other people. And I get that. But my best advice for anybody who wants to start powwowing is just do it. Just start it. Remember that you're not putting anything into it other than you're doing the rituals, you're saying the words, and you're trusting that God is going to do it. So that's what you say to your client. You know, it is God, not me, that affects the healing. Um, you are just a conduit, I guess you could say. So don't put that pressure on yourself that you have to perform for somebody or that you need to have all these flashes and bangs happening because you don't. Powwowing is very simplistic. You just do it and you let people know like it is my job to do this ritual for you. It is God's will that will be done, not my own. So don't put any of your own ego into it. Don't trip yourself up or get in your own way. So don't let fear or anxiety be a deciding factor. And I know that's easier said than done, but take yourself out of the equation. All you're doing is the work, and it's God that's affecting the change. So I hope that makes sense. That's really difficult for a lot of people to Yeah, and it was really hard for me at first to get that because, we're so used to this day and age of people believing they have these powers to do things, or that they're blasting energy or some sort, or they're pulling energy from one thing and directing it to something else. I don't believe we can do that. And that's not how powwow works. So um, take yourself out of the equation. You're just saying the words and doing the movements. You're not trying to direct anything. You're not trying to empower anything. You're just doing it and leaving it up to God. Remember that. Don't put yourself above God. Never do that. Never think that you can do God's work better than He can, um, because you can't. And so this is powwowing is like doing God's work. So let him do the behind the scenes stuff. You're just saying the words, going through the motions, and all praise, honor, glory go to God. So that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed this weekly update. Get outside, my friends. It's fantastic. I'm trying to get your Sonny to go outside. There are new kids in the neighborhood that just bought a house. So they're over at the park playing basketball. There's four of them, and I'm so, so, so excited about it. So I'm trying to get my son out. He's going through that phase where he just wants to be in his room playing PlayStation. Um, but on a beautiful day like this, I really want him to come outside. So uh, anyway, I'm urging all of you to get outside. Um, Go out, enjoy this weather, enjoy the sunshine, get some work done in the yard or in your garden or whatever. But enjoy the spring. Have a great week, and we'll talk again soon.